Hello, everyone. Welcome to the webinar this afternoon. I'm just going to give it a few more seconds for a few more people to join in, and then we'll get started. What you guys will see is there is a Q&A and chat function. So feel free to message in there just saying, hi, you can hear me okay. And if that's all great, then I'll get started in a few seconds. So thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna make a start. Thank you. Yeah, thank you everyone who just said that they can hear me. I hope everyone's doing well. Hope you guys have been enjoying the fair. A few names I've seen here I've spoken to on the chat as well. So welcome back everyone. So my name's Andrew. So I'm from the University of Essex. And today, obviously, I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about obviously the current COVID situation in the UK and how our students are studying, how universities in the UK are kind of handling it. And also a little bit about Brexit. So I'm very aware, like especially for a lot of you guys, you probably are European students, and obviously there's been a lot of changes in terms of kind of fees, the different kind of study methods and everything like that. So that's what I'll go through. At the end, there'll be a big Q&A section, so feel free to ask questions. What I won't be asking the questions whilst I'm talking, I'll just do the presentation. But then afterwards, you guys will see there's a Q&A section, so feel free to ask any questions in there. And then also there's a chat function on the right, and you can message everyone in the chat there as well. So feel free to do that. So as I was saying, I'll talk you guys through briefly a little bit about the COVID situation, safety measures, and the new student route, which is obviously the Brexit, and basically what this student visa route is and how it kind of affects EU students. I'll talk to you guys briefly as well about a little bit about studying in the UK, and also a little bit about our fees and funding. So for example, I'll talk you through specifically about what our fees are at Essex now because of Brexit. And then at the end, I'll touch on briefly a little bit about the University of Essex before the Q&A. So I hope that all sounds good. Now, firstly, in terms of kind of how universities responded. So back when I guess COVID kind of all started, which was around March, universities were quickly identified as kind of like a key hotspot for our communities. And especially at Essex, we have around 16,000 students and we are a campus-based universities. So obviously for us, the main priority was the safety of students. So in the UK, we have something called the Office for Students, which basically has a mandate to protect all international students and each UK university students. So we basically have to ensure we have a protection plan. So what we did at the university is obviously in March, we switched our teaching to online. And we did that up basically to the end of term, really. Obviously, any exams which were exams, they were cancelled and then they were kind of changed to different assessment methods. So some were changed to courseworks. Other exam dates were obviously taken online. So it was a real kind of different method there. And basically, in the UK, a lot of our students are obviously, they are supporting kind of the national effort of kind of tackling COVID-19. So a lot of the students, they are, for example, doing placement years. We have quite a few of our students, for example, who study biomedical science. And our biomedical scientists are doing a lot of research on the moment, especially as that. Obviously, we have the really big universities in the UK, such as Cambridge and Oxford, which are all working on the vaccine programs as well. So generally, universities in the UK, they've been doing a lot to kind of respond to COVID, and obviously it's something which is very important for us. Now, in terms of the current situation in the UK is a bit like most places in Europe, really. We've now experienced a second kind of surge of cases as such. So now the UK is kind of on a lockdown. Now, the lockdown does exclude schools and universities. So we have our essential teaching still taking place at the university, but most of the teaching now is being online. And the thing is, like, I know a lot of students, when I talk about online learning, like online teaching, it doesn't sound the best, but we have invested a lot into our online system. And quite often it is a lot more beneficial than learning in person. And I'll talk a little bit through why that may be the case for some of you guys. Now, in terms of what we implemented at the university, these are some of the different safety measures, and it might be things you're kind of familiar with your current situations, really. So obviously we had enhanced cleaning, sterilizing regimes. We had social distancing. So in the UK, we have to keep 2 meters apart. So at the university, we have one-way systems. So there are some crowded areas which gets quite small, but we had students kind of making sure we're all kind of keeping distance. Students were also offered training. So again, when all of our students moved in, so at Essex, we're very international. So roughly around 40% of our students come from outside the UK. So obviously not all of our students may be aware of what the guidelines are. Some of our students, obviously, when they were arriving in October, they had to isolate. So we were offering training and just kind of advising our students what you needed to do. Now, when our first term started in October, we were obviously able to welcome our students onto campus. I was at Heathrow Airport with all my mask all fully kitted out, welcoming the students. So obviously very excited to welcome them, everyone, but just making sure they're all aware of the guidelines as well. A lot of UK universities have also offered their own COVID-19 test centres. So at Essex, we have our own test centre, and we're encouraging our students to get tested once a week. And it's basically just to identify any hotspots, really. So in case there is any case outbreaks, we can tell the students to self-isolate, and they can do that as well. And at Essex, that seems to work quite well as well. A lot of universities in the UK also have their own medical centres on the campus. So at Essex, we have our own NHS medical centre, and students can sign up for that as well. A lot of people, I'm aware some countries do charge for their COVID testing, but at Essex, and especially through the NHS, it is completely free as well. And obviously, if you're displaying symptoms, that's what we're kind of encouraging our students to get tested with. Now, as I was saying, at first, when this all started in March, I think everyone was kind of thinking it will last for like a few months and then we'll be over with it. But obviously now it's coming back, and we're kind of obviously have implemented a lot of new areas, and we are kind of prepared. Obviously, it's not something that's going to blow over lightly, and especially for students, you guys, like, you want to make the most of your studies. So we've kind of adapted lots of different processes to make sure you guys are all prepared for studying in the UK. Now, what you'll see is we have a very flexible approach to teaching. Now, when we started, obviously in October, we literally just gave our students the choice. They're like, well, you can stay in your home country and you can learn online, or if you want to, you can still arrive on campus and you can do the blended learning. So the blended learning tended to be the most popular, which is where you still arrive on campus, you have your lectures still on campus, socially distanced where possible. And then for any bigger, larger classes, then you were taught online. Now, this tended to be the most popular, and obviously some students did want to stay in their home country and learn online, which was fine as well. We were also very flexible with our admissions process this year. So obviously we're very aware a lot of exams were cancelled. You guys may not have got the learning you wanted to. So we've been a lot more flexible in terms of our approach to that. And also our arrivals weeks. So normally at Essex, we used to have one day where all of our students moved onto campus on like one day. So it was quite busy, quite chaotic, but it was the best way to do it. But this year it was split up over 2 weeks. So students had up to 2 weeks. And we also offered 2 weeks free accommodations. So basically, some countries, obviously students had to self-isolate. So I think Luxembourg was on the country list. So students arriving from Luxembourg to the UK had to self-quarantine. And they had to quarantine for 2 weeks. So we were able to provide free accommodation for students to do that as well. I mentioned this briefly, but our blended learning approach, a lot of our students at first, when you hear online learning, it doesn't sound the greatest. Obviously, you want to be in person, you want to get that in-person classes. But what blended learning and online learning does do is it gives you a lot more access to a lot more resources. So for example, all of our classes are now recorded. Any time of the day you guys want to go record, revisit a class, you can do that. Our academics are obviously a lot more active on their emails, and they're able to respond to inquiries. So our academics have been able to respond back to that as well. And we've invested a lot into our virtual learning environment in Moodle. And what you'll see is a lot of universities in the UK have like these kind of virtual learning environments. And we spend a lot of money because obviously you guys are paying the fees, and we want to make sure you're getting that access to learning as well. In the UK, we also have something called Freshers Week, which is also known as Welcome Week. And this is the first week of term where all of our students kind of come onto campus. It's normally quite like a party atmosphere. So normally students obviously go into the bars, the clubs, that kind of side of things. Now, when it started, all the clubs, for example, they were still shut in the UK. So that part wasn't possible. But all of our kind of bars, our cinema, those kind of areas were open, but with socially distanced areas. So there was like lots of virtual events which are being run, lots of virtual quizzes, pub quizzes. It's all obviously delivered through software such as Zoom. So we were still able to kind of make students network. We have different societies so students can start to meet new people. So it's all new and it's obviously a little bit different, but we're trying to just get the students networking and still basically meeting new friends. Obviously, all of our social distancing measures did allow for the study spaces, the hospitality, so the cafes, the bars, and also you could gather outside still. So obviously we're now on the lockdown, but previously you could gather with 6 people beforehand. And obviously students, for example, if they're in the same flat, they would go out together. And that's what we kind of recommended just to limit the transmission of COVID-19. Obviously, we have plans to respond to cases in case on the campus. And with the new lockdown in the UK, which is going to last until around the 3rd or 4th of December, at Essex, obviously, we've taken the decision to move all but non-essential teaching online now. And that's just to respond to the cases and what we can do. Moving forward, so obviously for students looking into January, starting in January, now we still be offering our blended learning approach, so students can still learn online as well, but we're not sure yet what our kind of on-campus teaching will be like. And what you have seen is most UK universities have kind of transitioned to online learning, but obviously for you guys, it does give you that more like flexible learning approach as well. So that's the current situation. It's always obviously constantly changing, and especially at Essex, we have a COVID-19 webpage, so you guys can find out a lot more information about what that means for you, and also how you guys can find other different areas and, for example, the current situation. Now, obviously, for our EU students starting this year, the other situation they had to deal with alongside COVID was Brexit. Now, Brexit, obviously I mention it and it's one that I try avoid it, but to be honest now I'd rather just talk to you guys about it straight on because it's always like that elephant in the room. Everyone kind of wants to know what it means for students and how that works. So officially the UK obviously is no longer part of the European Union as of and at 11 p.m. on 31st of January, on the basis of an agreement being made between the UK, the EU, which is known as the withdrawal agreement. Now, at the moment, the withdrawal agreement is kind of been going back and forth between the EU for quite a while. And there's lots of statements being made that the UK is not going to kind of make a withdrawal agreement now. Now, what it does is that it makes separate agreements. So the UK can make separate agreements with the EEA and the EFT, such as Norway, Iceland, Liechtenstein, and Switzerland. And basically, the changes will affect many areas of life, including obviously higher education and what that means for the UK. Now, the main implications for you guys, obviously, which I'll talk through, is the fees, the funding, and also how it evolves getting into the UK. Now, for you guys, I don't want Brexit to kind of put you off. Like, we are still very welcoming. We still, at Essex, we have a massive European student body. So we still want you guys to obviously come to the UK and study. There's just a few more kind of little hurdles you guys have to tackle, but we're still welcoming you. The vote of the Brexit, it was mainly, to be honest, down to our older generation, which are very kind of narrow-minded. They're all about closing borders, that kind of side of things. But most of our younger generation, around 80% of us, we all obviously wanted to stay in the EU. So those kind of different areas. Now, you'll see here, I've got lots of different advice and guidelines. So you'll see here, the actual transition is on the gov.uk website. There's something called the Boiler, which is the British University International Liaisons Association. So these are all different organisations which universities are kind of members of. So it represents most UK universities. We also have the UK Council for International Student Affairs. And again, these guys can advise on visa, the student visas, that kind of side of things. We have obviously the British Council, so they offer EU student advice, so you guys can click on their scanning thing there. And we also have the Brexit and UK universities, so there's lots more information there as well. But overall, the current situation is, yeah, it's still quite fluid. Officially, on the 31st of December 2020, that's when the visa route will change. And what it will mean for you guys as students is that there will be a new student visa route which will come into place. Now, the student route is basically a new visa points-based system. And it will open up to all EU students as well as international students. So previously, international students used to have a tier 4 visa, but this has all been kind of compiled into one. And basically, to study in the UK, you'll need to apply for the student visa route, and you'll need to demonstrate that you meet the required 70 points. And basically, as you go through the visa application, you have to meet these certain criteria. So the first required points is an offer from an approved education institution. So for example, that can be from the University of Essex, for us asking for a certain grade. And obviously, if you're successful in your application, typically universities in the UK, we offer you what we call a conditional offer. And a conditional offer is on condition of you getting a certain grade in your diploma or whatever you're studying. We need you to obviously speak English, and what we require is evidence of English. So for example, some of you guys may be taking IELTS or Cambridge Advanced English. We just need evidence of your level of English, and it's down to the university to decide that level of English. So you'll see, for example, if you are looking at IELTS tests, there's different types of IELTS tests. There's like a UKVI one, and it's all down to the university in terms of what we accept. So at Essex, we can be quite flexible on both the UKVI one and the normal regular one. We also need to see that you can support yourself during your studies. So at Essex, we have a cost of living page, so you can see how much roughly you think it might cost for you to study in the UK. This includes money for your accommodation, rent, tuition fees, all that kind of side of things as well. But EU students are, as part of the student route, are typically excluded from submitting that financial evidence. So you'll see here, I've got this little italic, what it is here. And it'll basically say it's EU nationals will not be required to submit evidence to show that they meet the final financial requirements or provide the academic qualifications used to obtain an offer to study. However, the Home Office retains the right to request sight of these documents. So it's basically for international students from other markets, they have to submit a bank statements. They have to show how much money they have to prove that they can self-finance themselves in the UK. But for EU students, you don't have to meet that requirement as well. If you're obviously a visiting student, so for example, if you're thinking, I want to study in the UK, but maybe you just want to do a term abroad. So at Essex, we have our study abroad year options. So you can just do, if you wanted to study obviously in a different institution and then just do a term at Essex, then it's possible to do that. And for study of up to 6 months, you'll be allowed under the standard visa route. So this is basically a different process. So you don't have to tick all these different boxes as well. Now, obviously, once you've finished your degree, if you do obviously study a degree, you finish in the UK, from 21st January onwards, EU citizens will have to apply for what we call a post-study work visa route. And basically, this will allow EU students to stay in the UK and work for after 2 years once they've studied. Or obviously, if you want to then go over to the UK and then do a master's afterwards, then you can do that as well. This route will open from summer 2021. And basically it'll be open for those obviously who've completed an undergraduate application or a master's degree at a higher education provider. There is obviously a lot of ongoing discussion confirmed for EU students if you arrive in the UK before 1st of January 1, and if you successfully have the right to live and work in the UK as part of your status. So basically in the UK, what we have at the moment is something called pre-settled status. So this is for current EU students or EU citizens living in the UK, they can apply for pre-settled status. And what pre-settled status it does, it basically gives you all the rights as a UK citizen to kind of live and work in the UK. Now, what we've been encouraging is obviously a lot of universities in the UK, we have January 2021 starts. So if you are not studying at the moment and you're able to start in January 2021, you can avoid all of this by just starting in January 2021 and arriving in the UK before the 31st of December, because you can then apply for pre-settled status. And then it gives you the access to the original kind of student loan system and that side of things. So a lot of information to take in there, and it's obviously a lot of changes. Universities in the UK, we're kind of obviously all adapting to this. We're kind of advising how it all works. So there's lots of kind of different methods in there. So that's kind of like the Brexit overview. I'll talk to you guys a little bit about fees later as well, because I'm aware that's probably quite an important topic for you guys and how that works. Now, in the UK, something we're really proud about as well is all of our support. So when you study in the UK, there's so much support available for our students, and it's something we're really proud about and how we make our students succeed. So we have lots of pre-arrival support. So for example, my job, I look after certain countries. So Luxembourg, for example, is one of my countries at Essex. So basically any students from Luxembourg applying to Essex have any questions, you can basically write to me. It's my job to advise you. So it's quite nice for that. We also have lots of different groups. So for example, this year I set up WhatsApp groups for students from certain countries so you can help make new friends, meet new people, that side of things. We have lots of welcome weeks. Again, this is kind of like an international mixer to help you guys make new people, meet new friends, that side of things. We also have lots of mental and emotional health support. So we have our own counsellors on campus. We offer different workshops. We have our chaplaincy, welfare officers. At Essex, we have something called Nightline. So from 9 at night to about 6 in the morning, any time of the day you want to talk to someone, then Nightline's there. So it's lots of support for you there. At Essex, because we're a campus-based university, we have lots of safety and security available for you guys. So we have 24-hour on-campus security. So any time of the day you need to talk to someone, you can call our security team. And obviously all your accommodation is all locked with your key cards and that kind of access as well. You also get your academic support within departments. So what you get is a personal tutor. So this is normally an academic member of staff who is obviously teaching you. And they're there, for example, if you don't understand anything, you want to ask any questions. You also get a student mentor, and your student mentor is a student who's in your second year. So obviously you'd start in your first year and a student would be in their second year, and then they're there all to help you as well. We also, in the UK, universities all have something called a Students' Union. And the Students' Union is kind of like they're separate to the university. So they're run as part of the university, but they're separate. And they provide lots of advice, support for students, but they also organize the social side, which I'll touch on later on as well. Also for you guys, so currently EU students have access to their NHS. So our NHS is our national health system. And currently for EU students, obviously you get free access. Now, as part of that student visa, if you guys obviously start in the UK from 2021, so from October 2021, you'll be liable, there's like a small kind of fee you pay, which I think is around 300 to 400 pounds, but this gives you complimentary access to our NHS. And obviously our NHS is great in the UK. You don't have to get anything else involved with that as well. And also there's different quality of teaching now. So there's lots of different flexible learning, depending on your course. Obviously there'll be lots of practical sessions available as well. So there's lots of support in the UK available to help you with your studies. So that's all good. Now, in terms of why study in the UK, so obviously the UK is one of the world leading destinations for international students. And all of our courses, obviously, they're all very professionally, rigorously tested for making sure they all are guide to the guidelines. And obviously your degrees are also very well recognized all over the world. There's lots of early degree specialisms. So for example, there's lots of courses which you may not have had the chance to study before, but you can go straight into that course and just focus purely on that 3-year degree. So in the UK, you literally just study what that subject is. So if you wanted to study biomedical science or computer science, you purely just study that area. Now at Essex, we do have a little exception because we offer something called Languages for All. And this is basically for free, where students, if they want to study another language alongside their course, they can do that at Essex for free in their first year. So if you did really want to learn Mandarin or Russian or German, French, Spanish, there's basically a language for everyone there as well. There's lots of flexibility. So what you'll see is when you're looking at degrees, we offer like a single honours. So if you just wanted to do biomedical science or computer science, or if you wanted to do a combined degrees, for example, at Essex, a lot of our social science courses, if you wanted to do criminology and sociology, or criminology and psychology, or film studies and literature, there's a real kind of variety of different courses which you can go into as well. All of our courses are rigorously tested, so they get put up for approval each year, and they're all basically just making sure that the courses are available for you. A lot of our courses in the UK, they all come with career-based modules. So the stuff you're learning is all basically industry standard. We're very focused on the student experience. So what you'll see in the UK is obviously, it's great you guys want to study your degree with us, but we want to kind of make sure that you guys make the most of your degree. So whether it's getting involved in sports clubs, in the societies, volunteering options, there's lots to do that as well. And because of all that support I was telling you guys about earlier, is we have a really high completion rates. So in the UK, roughly 94% of students in the UK will finish and graduate in their bachelor's degree, which is really good and which is something we're really proud about as well. Now, in terms of the UK and your student life, so obviously the UK is very well recognised, and especially at Essex, we have a really international society, student community. You might recognise the young lady on the bottom there. So obviously that is the Queen, and she has visited the campus a few times. And obviously we have a very rich kind of traditional history, especially in the UK, in Colchester. It's one of the oldest recorded towns in the UK. It has a castle. It's got the second largest zoo in the UK. So it's very kind of like student-based area. We have lots of different societies. So Essex, we have over 130 nationalities on our campus, which is quite a lot. So you get to hear lots of different accents, different languages being spoken. You'll hear we have different faiths, different cultures. And we also have over 100 different sports clubs and societies students can get involved in. So with the sports clubs, it depends what kind of sport you want to play. If you want to play competitively, or if you just want to play like socially. So for example, for me, I love football, but I can't really play football to save my life. So I like just kicking about. So there's different areas students can get involved in, and you can completely try a completely brand new sport. So for example, at Essex, we have something called extreme frisbee or frisbee golf, it's also known as, and that's quite good fun as well. So it's more kind of relaxing. Students in the UK, we have lots of kind of different student discounts, so we can help you register for that. You get discounts off rail travel, lots of shops. And it's a really nice area. Obviously, I can flash you guys up a picture of the campus so you can see the different countryside, national parks, and depending where you want to study. So obviously at Essex, you can see in the background of my Zoom camera, we are a campus-based university. So we're just outside the city slightly, so you've got that campus life. Or obviously, if you want to study in a city university, obviously we've got the heart of London, universities in Manchester, Liverpool, and city universities, obviously your classes will be spread out across the city typically, whereas a campus is kind of like its own purpose-built city. So depending what students want and what you want to look for, then there's opportunities for that as well. And obviously at the end goal, employability is quite important. So we obviously want you guys to get a good value for your degree. So obviously we want you guys to get that employability link. And what you'll see is that a lot of our courses at Essex come with placement years. And what a placement year is where at the end of your second year, you take a year out and you basically get work experience for a year. So at Essex, we have great links within the industry. So if you guys really wanted to work in London, for example, or within local organizations. We've had students go for Microsoft, IBM. We have lots of students in the NHS for our placements. So yeah, lots of opportunities. Or if you just wanted to do a summer internship, there's options for that as well. There's lots of career support. So we have, for example, lots of CV workshops. At Essex, we have our own careers and employability workshops. So there's lots of opportunities for you guys to get involved in that kind of side of things as well. And also lots of networking opportunities. So we have a big alumni network at Essex. So we were founded in the 1960s now, and we've got really big alumni community. We also offer study abroad options. So typically in the UK, you'll do a three-year degree. Now, at the end of your second year, you take a year out and you basically get to do study a year in a different country. So if you really wanted to go, for example, at Essex, we have links in America, New Zealand, East Asia, basically anywhere really. If you want to stay in Europe, there's opportunities for that as well. We obviously offer languages for all, which I briefly mentioned earlier. And a lot of our courses come with professional recognition and also accreditation. So for example, if you want to study psychology, a lot of our courses are accredited by the British Psychological Society. Our biomedical science courses, they're accredited as well. And we also have integrated study skills. So there's options available there for students, which is all cool. So I've been rambling on for a little bit, so I can see the chat's been popping up. So I'm just going to see what everyone's been saying. So I'm just going to take a swig of water. I'm going to see what questions you guys have been asking. And then I'm just going to talk to you guys a little bit more specifically about Essex. Sam just saying hello, hi, nice to see you. Hope you've been enjoying the presentation. Question from Emily, does having British nationality change anything about the application process? Yeah, it will do. So basically, if you're a British national and hold a British passport, then you're still able to basically access the home fees. And also you don't need to do the whole visa application or anything like that. You still apply the same way via UCAS, but you can still access the tuition fee loan and you'll still be paying the home fees as well. Someone's asking in French. Sorry, I don't speak French or German. Sorry, Sam. You'll have to repeat your question. I haven't got my translate on me at the moment. Nelson saying hello Nelson, hope you're enjoying the presentation. What are the university fees for German citizens? Okay, yeah, cool. What I'll do, Alexandra, I've got the fees coming up shortly, so I can talk to you through the fees. And basically now our EU students are coming under our international fee category, so I'll talk to you through basically what these fees are, and how, like, what some universities are charging, that kind of side of things as well. A few more questions. Can we study economics at Essex? Yes, you can. I'll flash you guys as well a little course list here so you can see some of the different courses that you can study. Would you suggest applying through UCAS or directly at the university? So UCAS is kind of the official university admissions platform. So if you're looking at applying for more than one university, definitely apply for UCAS. UCAS is kind of like the middleman. So these are the guys which deal with all of the applications. So through UCAS, you can apply for up to 5 universities, and it's that same application which goes up to 5 universities. So for the E's, I normally recommend UCAS, definitely. Hello, I have a Swiss passport. Does that change anything for me in relation to Brexit? Yes. It's a little bit different for Swiss anyway, because we have a separate agreement, but I'll be able to discuss with you personally a little bit more about what that is and how that means. I'll type, I'm just going to I'll put my email address in the chat for you guys as well, because I'm kind of aware, obviously a lot of you guys, you may be obviously from Luxembourg, but obviously I'm aware a lot of you guys might be at international schools and you might be obviously studying something else. So I can talk to you individually. Do you have to get a password from your school to have an account on UCAS? Yes, so for UCAS, your UCAS application gets linked to your school. Now, typically, obviously at your school, you might have a careers advisor or someone who deals with your UCAS applications. And that what they do is they give you something called a buzzword, and your buzzword is what you link your UCAS application to your college application. Do you have to talk about special exams to enter a university in the UK, and what about Essex University? So typically universities in the UK, if you're just applying for a normal course, they don't ask for exams. The only exception for that is normally medicine or veterinary science. These courses you need special, like you need to do like UCAT exams, for example. But for at Essex, for example, we don't have any entrance exams. Is it possible to study aerospace engineering at Essex? No, we don't offer aerospace engineering, unfortunately, but I will flash up a course list in a minute so you guys can see what we offer. I came in pretty late. Sorry for that. No problem. Do you already about the COVID and Brexit situation? If you'd summarize it. Yeah, cool. Okay. I won't read that last comment out, but thank you very much. I will talk, I'll do a little recap at the end. So yeah, that's fine. I can do a little summary. It's also being recorded as well. So if you guys wanted to obviously revisit this session, if I was talking a little bit quickly and you couldn't really hear me, then yeah, I could redo that through as well. I'm getting a few questions, so I'm just going to quickly check the chat for you guys. What are the tuition fees for Scotland if you hold a British passport? Good question, Elliot. I would say I believe it'll be similar to the UK, so you'd be paying the home fee status for Scotland if you've got a British passport. Scholarships, yes, we've got lots of scholarships. I'll show you our scholarships in a second. Oh, cool, lots of Brits in here. Hi, Victoria. Living in Luxembourg, you have double nationality, nice. Does the EU nationality force me to apply as an EU student or go through like, no, you should be able to, if you just apply as a British national, you can still obviously say your dual nationality, but obviously you can use your British nationality for apply. So it shouldn't have any negative impact. Okay, thanks for your questions, guys. I'm just going to rattle through a little bit more now on the presentation. So I'll quickly talk to you guys through a little bit about Essex, obviously a few questions about who we are, what we offer, our courses, and then I'll talk to you guys about the scholarships. And then again, any questions, I'll do a little recap at the end. Thanks for all the engagement, by the way. I like doing a webinar where everyone's talking, communicating. It's nice to see. So this nice little picture here, so for what you guys have been looking at, this is our Colchester campus. And with our Colchester campus at Essex, it's kind of like its own mini city. So you'll see here, we've got our nice, our lake, we've got our towers accommodation. This is the university lecture buildings. We've got a library, and we've got the city of Colchester just in the background, in the back as well. Now, a bit about Essex. So we're ranked 4th in the UK for our international outlook. So we're a very international university. In 2018 as well, we also won the Times Higher Education Awards for the University of the Year. At Essex, we're a very research-focused university, and what you guys will see is when you are looking at universities, obviously research quality is very important for you guys, because what it means is that the academics, the lecturers, the people who are lecturing you, they're all researching, they're the ones which are writing the books, and they're the ones which are pushing the subject forward, which for you guys is really important. Now, we're ranked, we have obviously a few key courses, but I'll tell you guys a little bit about our different courses. We're top 30 in the world for our politics degree, and also top 50 in the world for sociology, and that's in the QS World University Guides. And we're also ranked in the UK in 4th for our facilities spent on students. So what this means is we spend a lot investing back into students and our campus and what this kind of means. Now, obviously talking to a few guys just now, seeing a few guys are from the UK, so you may kind of be familiar with Essex as a whole. Some of you guys may never been to the UK, so here's little maps of where you can see it. So what you'll see at Essex is we have 3 campuses. So we have a campus in Colchester, Southend, Loughton. They're the 3 campuses. Colchester is our primary campus. So this is where a large majority of our courses are offered. And Colchester is just under an hour by train from London. So it's very easy to kind of get from London to Colchester. It's just a direct train link. And Colchester itself, it's located on the beach side here. So we're very close to the beach, such as Clacton. Now, our second campus is Southend, and this is for our business, healthcare and acting courses. And Southend is a city campus. So what I mean by a city is the actual university buildings are in the heart of the seafront there. So you're on the coast there. Our final campus is Loughton, and our Loughton campus is just under, is basically in London, and this is exclusively for our acting courses. So at Essex, we have something called our East 15 Acting School, and this is a really highly ranked acting school, and it's a member of the Drama Federation as well, so it's very highly ranking. Obviously, 3 of you guys from the UK, does it rain a lot in the UK? Everyone will probably say yeah. Essex isn't too bad. It can be very rainy, it can be quite wet, but most of the time, this area of the UK is the area which experiences the most amount of sunshine and least amount of rainfall, which is pretty cool. So at least for you guys, if you're going to study anyway, you may as well study somewhere a little bit sunny. Now, in terms of our departments, our courses, so this is a little how we kind of split up our different classes. So we have at Essex, we have 3 faculties. So we have our Faculty of Humanities, Faculty of Science and Health, and Faculty of Social Sciences. And then within each of these are our different departments. Now we have over 200 courses. So Essex, we're a very multidisciplined university. So you'll see there's lots of kind of different areas you can focus on. So obviously someone was asking about economics. At Essex, we offer obviously straight economics, or you can focus on the area of economics you're interested in. So if you really wanted to go into business economics, or if you really wanted to go into financial economics, basically we offer that specialism. Obviously, we've got our sciences here. So we do biomedical science, we do biological sciences, we do genetics. We've got our government, so we do international relations, we do politics, we do business management, we do marketing, we do psychology. Someone was asking about psychology, so we do offer psychology. And we also offer psychosocial and psychoanalytic studies. This is more applied clinical psychology, and it's more kind of experimental in terms of that way, but we do also offer the both different too, the variations. We have our own hotel school. So we have Edge Hotel School. So if any of you guys really want to study hotel management or hospitality, you get to work in the hotel as part of that. And also we offer our School of Computer Science and Electronic Engineering. So if you wanted to study robotics, computer science, electronic engineering, so a real kind of broad range of courses available for you guys there. And I definitely recommend for you guys to have a look on our subject list. So just go essex.ac.uk/subjects, and they'll bring up a full list of some of the different subjects. And obviously I can talk to you guys specifically about those different areas as well. Now, I talked about this briefly earlier, but at Essex, we have over 160 different sports clubs and societies you guys can get involved in. So some societies, basically a society is a group of people who all share the same interest. So if some of you guys wanted to start a society, so we have some random ones. So we have like Harry Potter Society, we have Assassin's Creed Society, we have Model UN, Model United Nations Society, we have Debate Society. So it can be a group of people who all share the same interest, and they can start that up as well, which is really quite cool. And we definitely recommend it because for you guys, it's another way for you guys to make new friends, meet new people, and it's just something to do. At Essex, I was showing a few pictures earlier, you might have seen, but we've recently built a new sports arena. So we have our Essex Blades teams, and they're very competitive in their area, so we can offer sports scholarships depending on the level of sport you play. And then in the UK, universities compete against something called the Bucks League, which is the British Universities College Association, I think, and that's where students can get to compete against each other as well. And obviously we've got a brand new gym on our campus, so if students live on accommodation in your first year, then you do get free off-peak access to the gym as well. So that's kind of like a little overview of the university, but I can talk to you guys more specifically about that as well. Now, I know some of you guys may not obviously were asking a lot of questions about the funding, the fees, how that kind of works. So I'm just going to talk you guys through a little bit about the funding and the fees and what we charge at Essex. So following the UK government obviously announcing Brexit, the UK government has confirmed that following Brexit, EU applicants will no longer be eligible to receive the UK government funding from the Students' Loan Company. From 2021 to 2022, so for any of you guys looking at starting on October 2021, EU applicants will be charged the international fee rate rather than the home fee rate. Little disclaimer, this does depend on what university you are looking at. So some of you guys may have been aware, if you have any friends studying in the UK, that EU students used to be able to come to the UK, and they used to be able to basically get a tuition fee loan to come to the UK. So what this meant is, as an EU student, originally you did not have to pay any upfront costs, and the only costs you used to pay to come to the UK is your living costs. Now, what this means for you guys for 2021 is that our students will have to obviously pay the tuition fees up front now. So there's no loan. And I will also talk you through a little bit about our fees and what this kind of means for you guys. So for EU students, if you guys want to start between 2021 and 2022, these are roughly our international fees for each course. So these are between £16,000 to £19,000 for undergraduate courses, and between £15,000 to £21,000 for postgraduate courses, and between £16,000 for £20,000 for postgraduate research courses. So if you want to know exactly what your course costs, just go onto our website, search for your course, click on the fees and funding button there, and it will tell you the international fee rate, which is what EU students come under. Now, originally universities used to charge UK and EU students the same fee. So what this meant originally is that all universities in the UK used to charge the same fee, and there wasn't any price differentiation. Now, because EU students are categorized as international fees payers, universities in the UK are all going to start charging different costs. So for example, these are our fees at Essex, but I am aware some universities are still charging, for example, EU students the home fee status. So they're still charging the £9,250. Now at Essex, what we've done is, yes, obviously the fees are a little bit more compared to what they were, but we have introduced even more scholarships to help you guys with those costs. So the first scholarship I want to talk you guys through, which most of you guys will be able to get, is our undergraduate EU scholarship. And what this is a £5,000 tuition fee discount for each year of study. So you get a £5,000 reduction off those fees, and this is for each year. So overall, it's a £15,000 tuition fee discount, which is pretty good. If you wanted to do a postgraduate course in the UK, so obviously postgraduate courses are 1 year, then we can offer discounts of up to £5,500 off your tuition fees. And this is a discount for just for that 1 year, basically, because that's typically what your PG courses are. If any of you guys are studying the International Baccalaureate and you get above 34 points, we can also give you a £2,000 scholarship. Just to note, at Essex, it's not possible to stack scholarships. So you can't, for example, get the undergraduate EU scholarship and the IB scholarship. You need to choose between the one or the two. We also offer lots of different sports scholarships. So depending on your level of sport, we can give you guys a sports scholarship. And on our website, we do specify different levels of sports. So we have key for performance sports we focus on, such as volleyball, rugby, football, basketball. There are a few of the different ones as well. But for you guys, definitely have a look on our scholarship finder, because, for example, if you are from a different country, if you are Romanian or Bulgarian, we do offer different additional scholarships as well. And also depending on the course you want to study. So for example, at Essex, we offer a English and French law double degree. So what this is you do 2 years at Essex and 1 year in France, and you get you can practice in both English and French law. And for that course, we offer scholarships of up to £7,000 as well, which is pretty cool. So basically have a little look on our scholarship finder there as well to see what scholarships are most applicable for you. Now, in terms of what we look for, so for our entry criteria, typically, if you guys are obviously from Luxembourg and you're doing the state system, like the state qualification, I'm not going to try pronounce it. My accent's not the best. So we typically look for a score between 40 to 47. Now, we do have subject specific requirements. So for example, if you were going to do biomedical science, we need you to be doing biology, chemistry, maths at higher level. And we're looking for a score around 53 for those areas as well. If you want to do postgraduate or research courses with us, we typically look for an overall score of around 13. And then we also then just need an English language qualification. So Essex, we look for things like IELTS, Cambridge, TOEFL, all that kind of style of stuff. It will really benefit your application. When you apply, so you obviously to apply to study in the UK, you apply via ucas.com. And when you apply, obviously, you also submit something called a personal statement. And your personal statement is basically where you tell this is a reason why you tell the university why you want to study there. So it's really short. So it's like 500 characters and it's your chance to sell yourself to the university. So typically we say it's around 70% academic. So we want you guys to be talking to the university. We want you guys to be kind of letting us know what subjects areas you're interested in, any extracurricular activities. But we have lots of more information on our website as well. And you also submit a reference. So your academic reference is normally a teacher who speaks English, for example. And at Essex, we just typically look for one reference. If you're successful in your application, what we do is we give you a conditional offer. And this is on condition of you meeting the grades which you're kind of predicted. Once you have got those grades, you submit your certificates to Essex and you get an unconditional offer. And that's basically your place confirmed, which is pretty good. So I'm coming towards the end of the presentation. So I've got around 50 minutes now for lots of questions. I know there's a few stacking up in the box, so feel free to keep asking them through them. But if you want to know a little bit more about studying in the UK, what it's all about, we have lots of different talks and taster sessions available on our website. So for example, if you're thinking, I'm interested in psychology, not really sure what it's about, then feel free to log in, listen to some of our taster lectures. It's a really good way for you guys to kind of get an example of what the subject is you want to study. Or if some of you guys don't really know what you want to study yet, then feel free to click on them. Obviously, everything's virtual now, which is the good thing for you guys. Originally, these kind of events, normally I'd be in there, I'd be in person, I'd be at the fair, but obviously it's all virtual. The reason I got a snazzy background is because I'm in my room and it's quite messy, so you guys don't have to see that as well. But log on to our virtual tours, you can see the campus, you can see everything like that. And also, if you want to know what it's like as a European student studying in the UK, feel free to log on to our live chat. So this is kind of like a platform where you can directly message our students and you can ask them about what it's like studying in the UK. And they're used to random questions. So anything you may think you want to ask them, feel free to ask them that as well. So thank you so much, guys. I'm just going to pop the questions up now. So hopefully you found that information useful. Any more questions, feel free to send me an email. It's a.marriott@essex.ac.uk. Or if any of you guys are on Instagram, feel free to follow me on there, which is andrew.marriott_uni_Essex. So thank you so much. I'm now just going to rattle through the questions and see what you guys have been saying. It's a good choice for a psychology degree. Yeah, I'd definitely say so. At Essex, we have our psychology degree is BPS accredited. So it's accredited by the British Psychological Society. And also, if you wanted to focus on a specific area of psychology, so for example, if you want to go into more cognitive neuroscience, then you can specialize in those areas as well. Do you have an art department? We don't, unfortunately. We offer, you may have seen there, we offer art history, but this is more kind of studying the history of art. So you can look at things like tattoos, but we don't offer straight art. We do offer like photography, we do film studies, we do media studies, but not like specifically art as a whole. Another question, do you have arts and culture? I kind of just answered that one. Nelson, if you're able to send your message in English, that would be greatly appreciated. Do I have to pass an entrance examination in order to study medicine in the UK? So yes, you do. At Essex, we don't offer straight medicine. We offer something called biomedical science, which is more research focused. So students normally do biomedical science if they want to focus on research and then go into medicine afterwards. But at Essex, yeah, we don't offer medicine, but you do have to complete medicine exams as well. There's really useful information on Cambridge and Oxford websites. So if you just search for medicine exam, then they'll be able to help you there. Do you have forensic science at Essex? No, we do not, unfortunately. Closest university which probably offers it is Anglia Ruskin University, and they're based in Cambridge, Anna. Um, do you combine psychology with another subjects? Yeah, so I kind of said a few. We do psychology with economics, or we do psychology with cognitive neuroscience, or we offer it as a BA or a BSc. So they'd be the main ones which you do. How much is rent on campus? How much would it cost for a year on English literature? Yeah, so rent is roughly, so if you live on our campus, the cheapest accommodation is around £106 a week. And with our accommodation, it includes all your bills. You get access to our gym, and you pay that in installments typically. So you pay it for 3 months. How much would it cost for English literature? I believe it's around the £16,870. And that's for 1 year of study, obviously, if you're an EU student, but you can get that scholarship as well. But just have a little look on our course finder page because it will have some more information available for you there as well. So you cannot get two scholarships at the same time, not sports and an IB scholarship. Sports scholarship is a little bit different. So basically with sports scholarship, what they do is it's not always money focused. So they'll chuck in, you'll get like free training, you'll get physiotherapy. Sometimes they chuck in free accommodation. So that's a little bit more different. So it is possible to stack those sometimes. But again, look on our sports performance webpage and you can see on there. What are the entry requirements for someone doing the IB? Yeah, good question. So typically we look for a minimum of 30 IB points. And I was saying earlier, if you get the 34 IB points or more, then we can give you this scholarship, which is good. Again, sorry, loads of questions on IB. I'm sorry, I missed you IB students out. I'm normally pretty on it. I'm normally like the 30 points. Do you have campuses in other countries? At Essex, we do not know. We're just focused in the UK. So we have the 3 campuses in the UK. How many years do I need to study economics for? Your economics degree will be 3 years. So in the UK, when you study a bachelor's or a Bachelor of Science degree, your studies will be 3 years, Ruth. I'm just going to see the chat. I'm flicking basically between Q&A and chat. So I'll see what you guys are saying here. Okay, some of these are probably answered. Okay, not too many in chat. Do English citizens have to pay the same amount for their courses? No. If you're an overseas British passport holder, then you would most likely still be eligible for the home UK fee pays, and the home fee status is £9,250, and you'll most likely still be eligible for the student loan. So basically, you'd still be eligible for the old system of what EU students used to have. What is the difference between a bachelor's degree and Bachelor of Science degree? To be honest, it's just your accreditation. So, for example, for psychology, we offer it in Bachelor of Arts in Psychology or BSc, Bachelor's in Science Psychology. And some students will, it depends what you prefer, really. So some students will prefer a BA degree, some prefer BSc. Normally, the course content is exactly the same, so you get to choose what one you want to study. How much is rent on campus? Again, I answered that one. It starts from around £109, but it can go up to £200 if you want the really fancy accommodation. If you go onto essex.ac/accommodation, it will bring up a full list of the different accommodation you're able to see. Is it possible to study human behavior? Yeah, definitely. So obviously we offer psychology, or you offer psychosocial and psychoanalytic studies, which focuses more on human behavior. So yeah, definitely areas we offer. We also offer it now with artificial intelligence. So for example, if you're interested in how you replicate the human mind in AI, robots, we've got a new exciting course on our website as well. So definitely have a little look into that. Jella Nelson, that's very rude. It's all right. I've got another non-English message here as well. I'm just gonna write. How many other fees for study economics? I can't remember off the top of my head for economics. I'll quickly get it up for you. But again, guys, if you want to find the cost for each course on our website, just go for that course option. And then on fees and funding, just click it and scroll all the way around to the bottom. So for economics, we charge, if you want to start in October 2021, we charge 16, just going to here. So it's £17,700 for economics. I'll just post that for you. Do you offer global business and Korean language and or culture classes? Good question. We do offer global business, so we offer international business and entrepreneurship. I don't, as part of Language for All, I don't think we offer Korean as part of that. I know we do offer Mandarin, but I don't think it's in Korean. But you can have a little look on our international business page, and it will have more information on that as well. Could you summarize the COVID and Brexit situation? We highly appreciate Pierce. Nice beard, bro. My hair game's slacking. We're on lockdown, my barber's shut, and I was literally, my barber appointment was a day before I was going to get when it was all hit, and then it shut, and I was just stuck with this mullet. So basically the current COVID situation, I'll flick through my slides again so you can see these. So I was messaging me on the online chat, so sorry if you're messaging me through the actual fair. Basically, COVID situation in the UK, I'll summarize it briefly. Currently, in the UK, we're now on a lockdown. And what universities in the UK are doing is we've adapted our learning approach. So at Essex, we have a blended learning approach. So this is where students can get can either learn online or in person, and the preference is kind of down to them as well. Universities in the UK, generally most are learning online now. And with the current situation is we've very much kind of adapted to it, and it's kind of like the normal for us really. So in terms of the universities and what we're doing, at universities in the UK, a lot of us have all got COVID testing centres now, so we're all regularly testing our students as well. In terms of Brexit, we're kind of in a transition period at the moment. So obviously you may be aware, we left the EU obviously on the 31st of January 2020, and the new visa route obviously, I don't know if you're English or not, but if you're from the UK, obviously if you're a British citizen, but obviously from the 31st of December 2020, the new visa and immigration system comes in, which is where students will need a visa to study in the UK. I've got loads of, I'll leave these links here again in case any of you guys haven't studied them, but this is where it's got all the up-to-date information as well. Is it possible to do photographic, cinematic and acting formation besides some biological studies, for example? So those courses you're asking about tend to be quite heavy courses. So typically at Essex, we don't offer those as a joint honours degree because biology, for example, is a very heavy course. So we don't offer that as a joint honours degree. You just do biological sciences. If you wanted to do film studies, though, we do offer film studies as a joint honours degree. So if you want to combine that with literature or different areas, then there's options available for that as well. But yeah, we don't offer those as a joint honours degree. Do you have to choose between placement year and a year abroad, or can you choose both? Good question. So typically, we do recommend students choose one or the other. The only reason because it does add another year onto your course. So if you do a year abroad or a placement year, your course in the UK will be 4 years opposed to 3. However, what it does mean, obviously, is if you wanted to choose the year abroad instead of placement year, then what a lot of our students do is that they do the summer internship. So this is where over the summer, we help you find a job and we can basically help you get that work experience which you need. With these, but that's probably the best way I'd say. I wouldn't say do both because obviously then your course will be 5 years, so it'll be quite long. So normally choose one or two, the one you're most interested in as well. Is Essex a good choice for chemistry, biochemistry studies? I'm always so biased because I work here. Yeah, definitely. Obviously studying here at the moment. Definitely, like for biochemistry, we've recently redeveloped our new stem cell building. So you get access to brand new lab space and the very practical courses. For biochemistry as well, you can see on our website the areas of research we focus on. So there might be a specific area of research which you can look on as well. How much are tuition fees for computer science as a student from EU? So I think computer science is one of our more higher costs because of practicalities and that kind of side of things involved. For EU student, again, this is just for Essex, so definitely have a look at each UK university and see what they offer. So for this course, it's, I'm just getting the cost here. The other thing I'm going to post as well, guys, is if you guys want to receive more information from the university, is I've got a little link. So if you want to receive some emails, then I can post that as well. This is the fee for computer science, which is £19,670. Do you offer journalism? Yeah, we offer journalism. So we offer straight multimedia journalism, or we offer journalism as a joint honours degree. So if you really wanted to focus on bio, for example, if you wanted to focus on do journalism as a joint honours degree, so if you wanted to do it with English or literature, we basically offer it with lots of different subject areas. Fees for acting courses, again, guys, just look on our website, because we do, under the fees and funding, under the fees and funding page, it does say the exact course costs, but I'll look here for you. So it is £16,850 for each year of study. So I'll put that in here for you. Is it possible to study criminal justice? Yes. So we offer, in the UK, we offer courses such as criminology, and we also offer law degrees. The best course for you we offer is criminology and law. So you do a combination of both. So I'll find you this course and you can have a look. It might be quite interesting. I've just typed the course link there for you, so you can have a look at that. Just going to have a look on the chat. Elliot asking about fees for Scotland. You need to be honest, the thing is that in the UK we can get quite confusing, because I say the UK as a whole, but obviously my universities and from England, but Wales and Scotland, because they have their own governments, they do their own thing. So my best advice would just be to contact one of the Scottish universities and see what their situation is. Joseph, thanks. No problem. How flexible, easy is it to do combined degrees? It's not more work. Myself, I did a combined degree. I did business and sports, so that was my 2 degrees. And all it is you do 50% typically. So it depends what combined degree you're looking at. So if you do 50% of one course, so if it's, for example, business and something, then it's 50-50. If you do business with something, then your major's more normally in business, so you do about 70% business. Thanks a lot for the presentation. No problem. Glad you could join it. Cheers, Elliot. No worries. Thanks for your message. I'm just going to, before everyone leaves, I'm just going to put a, all right, you've got a big image of me now. Don't worry. I'll quickly get rid of that. I'm just going to share this link for you guys so you can see basically CRM form, so you guys can find out more information about Essex, and I'll just get this up here for you. So many of you guys joined me today, like absolutely buzzing, really enjoyed the session, so I hope you guys did. Cool. I can't multitask at all, by the way, so sorry about that. Are there horse vet studies at Essex University? No. So what you'd be looking into is a course called veterinary science. It's quite a competitive course in the UK, but no, unfortunately, it's not something we offer at Essex. But if you go onto the website ucas.com, then on there you can basically fill in, you can search for all the universities for that course. Obviously, I'm just one UK university, but obviously in the UK, there's over like 150 universities. So if it's a course at Essex we don't offer, rest assured there will be another university which offers it. I'm just going to get this here so you guys don't have to keep looking at me again. So I'm just going to post this into the chat here, guys. So if there is any other, if you guys want to find out more information from Essex, it looks like a dodgy link. It's not dodgy link, trust me. It's just our online inquiry form. So if you really wanted to receive more information about acting or psychology or economics, feel free to click on that form and then just fill in your details. There's a pretty swag animation at the end of it. So if you complete the form and you see the animation, you'll know what I mean and you'll like it. Thank you for so many of the positive comments, guys. Thank you, Daniela. No problem. Thank you, guys. Perfect. Do you have an honors program? Yeah, so all of our degrees are honors degrees. Some universities choose to advertise it in the title. So some universities put BA honors in. Basically, all the honors is like a dissertation. So as long as you do your dissertation, you get your honors. But yeah, our programs are all honors. So it gets a little bit confusing. Is it says impossible to be accepted into UK universities if you're not exactly meeting the required marks? Not at all, no. So obviously, if you are a little bit worried that you may miss the minimum entry criteria, definitely still apply. We don't just look at grades, so we look at things like your personal statement, we look at your entry criteria. So we look at loads of different areas which are obviously part of your application. So if you feel you may miss it, don't worry, still apply. We definitely still consider your application, so don't be put off by that. Has Essex University Sports Studies? We offer, yes, we offer sport and exercise science, which is more the science side of sport. We also offer sports coaching and development, and this is a 3-year course, which again, more if you want to go look into sports performance, getting the most of athletes. We also offer physiotherapy and sports therapy. So there's some courses for you. Is acting also an activity there? Yeah. So we have our drama club. So if you want to get, obviously, if you don't want to study acting, but you still want to take part, then yeah, we have our drama society, and we have a theatre on all 3 of our campuses, so you can get involved in that as well. Thank you so much. No problem. Well, all right, smashed it, guys. We're on 46 questions. There was over 80 of you in this session, so thank you so much. A really busy session. I'm just gonna have a quick look on our chat now, see if anyone else. Honestly, great and knowledgeable presentation. Cheers, Joseph. I'll use you as my reference when next time I'm doing a presentation. I'll quote that. But yeah, just a reminder of the little inquiry form. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, you've got my email address there and anything else. And it's been a pleasure, especially on your Friday night. I know most of you guys may be in a lockdown like me, but it's still nice spending it with you. I think I've done all the questions. I'm just going to give it a few more minutes for you guys. Any other questions? I could see few people messaged me on the actual portal. Okay. Okay, I think we're there, guys. I can't seem to find the link. Does it work? It's in the the little chat box. I'll type it in the answer. Has anyone seen what the animation was yet? By the way, it's the best animation ever. Yeah, if you've not seen, there is like, oh wait, I've just sent it to. Hang on. Here's the link. There you go. I think you guys should have all got that now. So that's the CRM link. So if you guys want to find out more about Essex, then that would be great. Cool. All right, I'll give it a few more seconds, guys, and then if not, I'm going to shut off. I'm still on the fair for another 50 minutes, so the same little virtual platform. I'm on that virtual booth. So if you guys want to do that, and even if you wanted to just, obviously the chat box can be quite confusing. If you'd rather just have a one-to-one meeting with me, send me an email, send me a message, whatever you prefer, and yeah, more than happy to help you guys with that as well. Ruth, I'm not sure what you mean. I kind of answered this earlier. Is acting also an activity there? So yeah, if you wanted to kind of participate in our acting society, we have drama society at the university. So we have a theatre on all of our campuses. So you can get involved in acting. They have Christmas productions, summer productions, definitely lots for you to do. Fact. Thank you. No problem. Thank you for the presentation. No problem. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you enjoyed it. Definitely make sure you guys filled in the form. I'm going to shortly end the presentation in a second. So thank you so much for joining, everyone. And thank you all for the nice comments. It's appreciated. Cool. All right. I'm off now, guys. So thank you so much. Thank you all for the questions, really good questions, and hopefully talk to you soon. Thank you, everyone. Take care and enjoy your evenings and stay safe. Cheers, Pedro. Thanks. Cheers, buds. Bye.